Oh God, Dane.
Mages, wizards, witches, and sages. They're a must for any party of adventurers, whether it be Dungeons & Dragons, cinema, and yes, video games. But of all the staff-wielding, magic-bursting individuals, who are the most broken? Which mages shatter the difficulty of their titles by having overpowered stats, broken abilities, or glitch strategies? If you've ever wondered a stupid and useless question like that, then welcome to my list of the top 10 most broken mages in video games. Be sure to subscribe and check out my perks for Patreon members. Number 10. Skies of Arcadia is an RPG gem lost to the Dreamcast and GameCube. This adventure follows a crew of pirates which includes a healer and support mage by the name of Fina. Now, Fina is dead useful throughout your entire playthrough, wielding healing magics that allow your other party members to focus on damage. But where she really starts to get broken is when she attains the ability Lunar Light. Lunar Light revives all allies, cures all status elements, and fully heals everyone. And here's the catch. Its MP cost is relatively small, making it easy to use multiple times in a challenging battle. Number 9. Grandia 2 has an insane exploit that is commonly used by players to defeat higher level enemies. This is achieved by setting a single player with the Taunt ability, loading them up with defensive boosts and auto regen, then defending while all the other players get in free attacks. Now, if speedrunning isn't your thing though, might I also suggest looking at Millennia's late game ability, Spellbinding Eye. Spellbinding Eye has a 100% chance of paralyzing any enemy in the game. This includes the final boss. By paralyzing your enemy, you essentially buy yourself free turns to do whatever you want. All in all, this is the single most broken ability in the entire Grandia series. Number 8. The 7th Saga is it's a broken game. It's incredibly difficult and confusing in its layout. Being able to choose your character at the beginning shapes your entire playthrough. Now, there are a few different routes you can take, but one of the ways to make the game's difficulty obsolete is to choose or recruit the wizard Volu. Volu has an ability called Elixir. Elixir restores all HP and MP to a single target. The crazy part is that Volsu's MP cost is deducted before he casts Elixir. So if cast on himself, it's entirely MP free. The Elixir spell essentially makes you unbeatable, unless an enemy can one-shot you or your teammate. Number 7. Sailor Moon, Another Story is an absolutely broken SNES RPG that many of you have probably never played. This game follows the well-known protagonist Sailor Moon and her magical girlfriends. Each party member comes with their own advantages, but none surpass the straight-up busted Sailor Pluto. Sailor Pluto possesses the outrageous ability Stop Time, which stops all enemies from acting for 3 turns. This includes bosses and yes, even the final boss. It has a 100% chance of hitting and costs 12 AP, which can easily be recovered via items, or will be auto-recovered at the end of each battle. Number 6. Breath of Fire is no stranger to straight-up busted characters. I've already mentioned Ryu and Pico in previous videos, which you can check out on my channel page. But I have yet to mention the destructive mage Blue, also known as Deus. Blue is a hidden party member in Breath of Fire 2 that can be recruited as soon as you have access to the well. What's crazy is that at this point in the story, your party members will be in their early 20s, while Blue is level 35. Now, of course, levels will catch up, but that's alright. Even with your party members powered up with shamans, Blue still outpaces them in stats. Not just that, but she has access to all the offensive spells by level 39, and her special ability heals her HP to full health. Her stat growths are ridiculous, and all in all, she's just straight up a broken mage. Number 5. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pokemon Blue and Red version is straight up busted, and no non-legendary Pokemon takes full advantage of this than Alakazam. Alakazam is first boosted by the special stat issue present in the original title, where both his special attack and special defense stats are combined. Seeing as Alakazam has one of the highest special attack stats in the game, that is no joke. He also gains the best attacks in the game, or at least has access to their TMs. On top of this, Alakazam also has one of the highest agility stats in the game. Agility coincided with critical hit rate, meaning that not only are his attacks potent, but they have the highest chance of critting as well. Alakazam is one of the strongest Pokemon in the original generation. Number 4. Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes is a newer title, having been released in 2024, but a certain party member in this game made waves upon release. That party member was Momo, a strange immortal scientist who enjoys dressing like a magical girl. Momo not only has the highest magic stat in the game and has some of the best rune slots for a magic user, but he has a unique ability that can up his magic damage by 30%. This increase, on top of the correct rune slot placement, will absolutely break the highest difficulty of the game, and there's just no contest. Number 3. What can I say about Yuna from Final Fantasy X that hasn't already been said? There's the obvious broken strategies, that of being able to summon monsters whom have their own health bars and abilities, as well as being the only true healer in the party. Diving deeper though, there are just so many ways Yuna breaks this title. First of all, most enemies can be indefinitely delayed by Valifor's sonic wings, meaning that they will be unable to attack until Valifor is dismissed. Then there's the endgame summons, which each breaks the game in their own way. Anima has the highest attack power and innate ability to break the damage limit. This means that without having to grind for special items, Anima can surpass the 9999 damage limit to do straight up outrageous damage. Then there's the Magus Sisters, whom also possess the damage limit break but also have an attack that hits 15 times, dishing out some of the highest damage in the game next to Waka. Finally, there's Yojimbo, who can be manipulated into using Zanmato, an instant death attack that works on every single enemy in the game. This works perfectly on any enemy that doesn't have a phase, such as Penance, the hardest boss in the game. I would be remiss not to mention Yuna's Celestial Weapon, which is the easiest to obtain of all the endgame weapons. This weapon combines the 1 MP skill with the damage limit break to make her a devastating mage, even without her summons. Number 2. Rita of Tales of Vesperia is no stranger to these lists, so I'll spare you too much detail. The main reason she constantly appears as a broken character is her absurd ability to screen wipe enemies off the face of the map. There was definitely a lack of developer oversight when balancing her character. With her late game skill Indignation or the combination of Spell End, OVL Boost 2, Risky Ring, and spamming Tidal Wave, Rita just simply breaks every fight in this game. Number 1. Xenoblade Chronicles party member AI is atrocious and will utilize every character suboptimally. This means that which party member the player decides to manually control is incredibly important, and there is no argument over which party member is the single most broken character to control. Melia is the love-struck princess of a dying race. She's also a staggering mess of game-breaking strategies. First of all, Melia has the ability to softlock enemies by abusing the instant topple art combination, Spear Break, and Starlight Kick. This alone sends her to the top of the list, but she still brings more to the table. Her discharging spells allows her to complete chain attacks, maxing out their damage, and using an exploit, Melia can sleep then knock high-level enemies off a cliff on the Bionis knee, giving you access to late-game weapons and skill books. Yeah, Melia is crazy. And that's our list. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to all my Patreon members, and hey, if you're looking for more interesting content, why don't you check out my PS2 retrospectives? I'm currently playing through every PS2 RPG and creating in-depth reviews of each title to slowly find out which of those 160 games is the best of the best. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.